I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be.
Right, sit down, thank you. It's my pleasure to call you to order to our 17th prize giving as Putaruru College, since the college merged with our intermediate school in 2004. As a high school, this would have been our 73rd prize giving, meaning likely no one on this stage would have even been alive there, with the possible exception of Mr. Shaw, I think. I now call on Anahera Haumaha Munro to do the mihi whakatau.
Ko te mihi tuatahi māku, ki te atua i Rangarawa, nāna te awihanga, kororia ki tōna ingoa tapu. Ko te tuarua kia kingi tūheitia e noho rāna i tōna hurua tapu. Tainua ki te whare a kāhui āriki, rire hau, pai mā rire. Ki ngā tini aitua, ngā mate o te tau, o te marama, o te wiki, haere atu rā. Kia tātou te hungaura, tēnā koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou e ngā whānau, e ngā kaitiaki o ngā tauira. E kuima, e koroma, nau mai whakatau mai ki runga i tēnei kura. Nau mai ki te tautoko i te kaupapa o te rangi nei, a rātou tātou rangatira mō a pōpō. Tēnei te mihi atu, tēnei te mihi atu. Kia koe e te rangatira a Mike Ronk, tēnā koe. Kia koe te rangatira o tēnei rohi a Ginny Shattuck, tēnā koe. Te kai whakarite o te whare wānanga o Waikato, a Neil Quigley, nau mai ki Wainganui a tātou. Kia koutou ngā kaiako, ngā kai āwhina, ngā kai tiaki, ngā kai mahi, katoa o tēnei kura, tai atu. Kia koutou ngā tauira, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko tēnei te rā te whakanui tātou i ngā mahi o te taunei. E kia nei te kōrero, mā tō raurau, mā tōku raurau, ka ora e te iwi. Tēnei te mihi kia koutou, ngā kaiako mō tō koutou mahi, tō koutou tautoko ki ngā tauira, nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. E tū mō te karakia. Kia ino i tātou. Whakataka te hau ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga. Kia mā kina ki uta, kia mā taratara ki tai. E hiaki ana te atakura, he tio, he hurika, he hauhunga, si he maurio. Kia ora. E noho.
If we could stand again for the singing of the national anthem.
Kia
Thank you. Sit down. As is our long-standing tradition, I now hand over to our head boy, Ryan Verburn, and head girl, Ariel Senovich, who will be our hosts for this prize giving. Thank you.
Kia ora, and greetings to you all, and welcome to Putaruru College Senior Prize Giving for 2020.
My name is Ryan Verburn, and this is our head girl, Ariel Sahinovic. We will be your hosts for the ceremony this evening. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our first row, beginning from closest to me. So in the first seat, which is no longer in use, is Ariel Sahinovic. And then next to her is where I will be seated, which is next to Mr. Dave Shaw and his lovely wife Judy Shaw. Our principal, Mr. Mike Ronk. Esteemed guest, Professor Neil Quigley, Vice-Chancellor of Waikato University, and Miss Jenny Shattock, Mayor of South Waikato. And last but not least, on the end is our Assistant Principal, Miss Marina Hirami.
Our first group of awards this afternoon are our major sports awards. Putaruru College is proud of its sporting prowess, but 2020 has been the year of COVID-19. However, as a team of 5 million, we have won the race as of nations. It is now time to acknowledge our outstanding sports people. Despite the interruptions to all of our sporting codes, it is my pleasure to call upon our esteemed head of phys ed, Mr. Rob Rogers, who, in his own words, is stunning all-round athlete and role model, to present these awards. Today, Super Rogers is teamed up with hardcore athlete and college sporting legend Dave Shaw, who will read the names. Mr. Shaw claims in his youth he had been a sprinter, but it seems to all of us that the only sprinting that he has done has been to a table of sausage rolls.
Thank you. We're looking for a Putaruru College Sportsperson of the Year. And so if the following people would please come up onto the stage, we can talk about them when they're up there. We'll do it second. Daily Nickel, please. That's it. Now, under normal circumstances, of course, there's usually a whole host of people standing on stage and we talk about them. But of course, this is the year of COVID-19. And so, lots of sporting codes were halted, but some people just can't be stopped. So this is Daily Nickel's 2020 Sporting Achievements. Under 16 New World BOP Magic Performance Squad, Putaruru College Swimming Intermediate Champion, Putaruru College Netball Blue Captain, Putaruru College Contribution to Senior Grade Netball Most Committed Player, Leadership Award, Netballer of the Year, Putaruru College Centre Mixed Competition Blitz and Pieces, Captain, King Country Athletics Tiamutu Throwing Events, Putaruru College Girls Under 16s Sevens Captain, Putaruru College Girls Rugby 10s Captain, Leadership in Sport Award, Girls Rugby Player of the Year, Rugby Player of the Year All Grades, Putaruru Rugby Club Women's 15s Team, Putaruru Rugby Club Women's 10s Team, Waikato Country Women's Under 20 Team, Service to Sport. During 2020, Daly has contributed over 60 volunteer hours in the community. She has worked with Putaruru Swimming Club as a coach, official, and at their prize giving. Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic Leap Into Netball Fun Day. Putaruru School Soccer Competition as a coach and referee. Putaruru Inter-School Swimming Competition as a judge and timekeeper, Putaruru Netball Centre helping with competition night and as an umpire, Putaruru School's touch referee, and St Mary's School Matariki celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, what a girl, Daly Nichols. Now, it's that time when we can have a bit of a cheer or a bit of a tear. So this is the Mansell Cup for Champion House. And the And the Mansell Cup this year goes to Oraka, that's right. Yeah, Oraka. Can we have a representative, please, from Oraka to come and receive the trophy, which Waimakariri will take off you in 2021. I should explain that we've had a sporting awards ceremony already in school, so that ends the sports awards for 2020. Thank you.
If, as William Congreve, the poet, said, music has charms to soothe a savage breast, to soften rocks or bend a knotted oak, let's see what effect our next item has. Singing 2 items, Azalea, followed by P.A. Yazoo. Please welcome Kiana Malion, accompanied by Miss Barbara Graham on piano.
Hi, my name is Cyan, and this is my song Azalea, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, mata, iterangona otokaranga, patu patu ana te manawa, te kitenga I a koe. E mene mai ana ne wa, wai toku kiri, he tanga tuku iho. Kei te tupu koe, kei te pua wai, e puti puti a tahua, ko koe te rerenga, o tōku manoa, e aroha motu ngā kore, te puna wai ora, no ngā tipuna e kore, e mimiti noa, ko koe te rerenga, o tōku manoa, e kore, e mimiti noa. E kore e mimiti noa. Maumahara, tikanga o korokima. Takina he taonga moa ke tonu. Maumahara no ia koe, no whia koe. Kei te tupu koe, kei te pua wai, e puti puti a tahua, ko koe te rerenga, o tōku manoa, e aroha motu ngā kore, te puna wai ora, no ngā tipuna e kore, e mimiti noa, ko koe te rerenga, o tōku manoa, hei aroha motu ngā mi tinoa.
Thank you, Kiana and Mrs. Graham. That was beautiful. Wow. Stopwatch is out. It is now time for the King's speech. This is our annual Principal's Address. Mr. Ronk has been our leader for 13 years, and our sources tell us that for this year he has written a new speech. Mr. Ronk.
It's hard to realise that the R in dear stands for respect, doesn't it? I'll get it back. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Nā mihi nui ki a koutou katoa. Ki te atua, tēnā koe. Ki a papatuanuku, tēnā koe. Ki te kura, tēnā koe. Ki te hunga mati, haere atu rā. Ki te hunga ora, tēnā koutou katoa. Parents, teachers, students, whānau, friends, here we are again gathered to celebrate the year and to acknowledge the achievements of our students. A warm welcome to our honoured guests today who worshipped the Mayor, Mrs Shattuck, to the Professor Quigley from Waikato University, the Vice-Chancellor, and to Brett Jones, who is seated down on the floor representing Toi Ohomai. They are joining us for this very special occasion, which recognises the hard work and the achievements of our senior students over the past year. 2020 has certainly been a busy and challenging year with many changes. It has been both an exciting time, as changes become the new norm, as well as a challenge. The teaching and learning which we are seeing at Putaruru College and beyond is strengthening and diversifying. The opportunities being afforded to our learners is of the highest quality and is increasingly meeting the diverse range of learning needs that our students present us with. I'm proud and I'm honoured and indeed very fortunate to be working with quality teachers like these ones you see on the stage and standing around the hall. These teachers who genuinely want the best for you as students. The drive, the passion, determination has been underpinned by skills, knowledge and empathy. It has seen teaching and learning continue to raise progress and achievement despite the ever-changing social, learning and emotional needs that we are confronted with. The team is well aware of the ideas that need development and through reflective practice address these both as individuals and as a whole staff. The year has been full of change, much of it necessitated by COVID-19 and the restrictions it has imposed as we try to maintain our students' learning whilst keeping them and their families safe. It must be acknowledged the hard work and dedication of the teachers who took their lessons online and to the students who overcame numerous difficulties to continue to engage with their online classes, their teachers and their learning. To those students who continued on the learning journey so important for their development and their future success and who faced and overcame many obstacles. So we need to face these challenges by working together and not be daunted by them. The role of our parents, whānau, having the school is even more important as we work to provide the best opportunities for our students and set them on the right pathways for the future. Remember, he hara mātou toa I te toa takitahi. Enare tātou toa takatini. Our strength is not the strength of one, but the strength of many. Next year, we will see further development and improvement within this, as we see the upgrade of the technology workshops and the food tech areas. Hopefully, by the beginning of next year, you'll see a string of solar panels along the roof line of A block. All of these things impact on the physical environment of the school, but there are also modifications to the way the curriculum will be delivered as we respond to the demands of 21st century learning, the requests of parents, teachers and students in preparing our young people to face the future and to succeed with confidence, something which I'm really excited and passionate about. We need to remember our school motto, learning for life, whaia te mātauranga, and don't stop learning. Just because you're finishing school, you don't stop learning. It was the Duke of Wellington who said, wise people learn when they can, fools learn when they must. Love of learning is a habit that you need to embrace. You'll need it at university or polytech, at work, or simply to make the most out of enjoying life. A very special component of our college is the DARE PB4L philosophy, which RL seems to have forgotten. The cornerstone values for success not only in school, but in life outside of and after school. Determination, achievement, respect, and excellence. Excuse my voice. Continued adherence to these values will see our students go a long way in their lives. No doubt, many of you leaving school have had a whole lot of advice thrown at you about what you need to do in the future. So this is my opportunity to add to it a bit. Firstly, and this really applies to students who are remaining at school as well. Firstly, study hard for your exams and your courses during the year. Don't panic and go mad and expect everybody to rescue you now. If you've done it over the year, you're fine. It's true that exams and course results aren't everything. In 10 years' time, nobody will really care how many excellences you got, how many merits you achieved, and whether you were second or third in English or classical studies. But your academic results are important. It's the academic results that you turn up with that open doors for you. Not only to places like the universities, if that's what you want to do, but to scholarships, to jobs, to opportunities. More than anything, your results at school show you can work hard, that you can apply yourself, and that's probably the biggest thing you can offer the world. Secondly, remember to say thank you. Say thank you to the teacher who has inspired you or helped you over that hard assignment. Say thank you. It will mean a lot to them. To your rugby coach, your netball coach, to any number of people who have helped you along the way. Say thank you. Say thanks to your mum and dad for the free taxi service they've provided over the years, for the support they've offered you at school. Saying thank you seems like a very small thing, but small things matter, and it is an acknowledgement that you have not achieved what you have with help of somebody else along the way. Thirdly, back yourself. New Zealand's a small country at the bottom of the world, but every day there are thousands of New Zealanders around the world and in New Zealand doing amazing things in commerce, in the arts, in sport. They've backed themselves to succeed. And as we've shown as a school in areas like our filmmaking, we too can perform on the national and the international stage. In fact, we are now. I think we're beaming, or is it streaming to the world? So hello to Jake's grandparents in Canada. I believe that they watch all these prize givings, despite my speeches. Fourthly, and related to the idea of backing yourself, be proud of where you've come from. A few years ago, the New Zealand singer Lorde was accepting her Grammy, and she made a comment which I've butchered a little bit, but really means be proud of who you are and where you come from. Putaruru is a great place. The South Waikato is a great place to live in, and I'm not just saying that because the mayor is sitting down this row here. It's a lovely place to live in and to grow up. New Zealand's a wonderful country. You should be proud to be from here and never be ashamed to say that. Fifthly, and it's one of my favourites, I think, excuses will get you nowhere. The world doesn't owe you a living. And this was the point that the then President Obama made when speaking at Morehouse College in the United States. Morehouse College is historically an all-male and all-black, and that's not the rugby players. Morehouse's creed or underlying belief is that excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments to nothingness. Barack Obama expanded on this theme when he said, in today's hyper-connected, hyper-competitive world, with millions of young people from China and India and Brazil, many of whom started with a whole lot less than you did, all of them entering the global workforce alongside you, nobody is going to give you anything that you have not earned. And that's quite correct. It's a totally new world out there, and it's changing all the time. At Putaruru College, we're trying to grow tomorrow's citizens. You're going to need the capacity to go out into the world and to make a meaningful contribution to New Zealand and indeed the wider world. School leavers will leave school and enter a society that is changing and evolving with dizzying speed. When I was at school, which is just after we started printing our notes on stone slabs, when I was at school, and indeed when my children were at school, and they did not have a cell phone. It wasn't because I was a particularly mean parent. They didn't need them in those days. Now, almost every one of you in this hall, I'll bet, is carrying the equivalent of a supercomputer in your pocket. And shouldn't be using them in classes, I'll remind you. It's amazing to think. We are living in a changing and a challenging age, and it's an age in which change will ever be present. Embrace it. Don't make excuses. Back yourself. Be proud of yourself. Work hard. Say thanks to your folks and to the people who help you along the way. Finally, to follow some of my own advice, a few acknowledgements and heartfelt thanks. To the staff, teacher aides, support staff, who all work so hard for the benefit of our students and school, thank you. To the members of the Board of Trustees, led by Mr. Hamilton, your work on behalf of the school and its community is appreciated and valued. To all the other people in our community who coach and support our sports teams, those who provide the opportunity for students to do a work experience, and to the whānau and family who support their children in their education, we as a school thank you and appreciate the efforts you make on behalf of our students and of our school. So in conclusion, well done to the prize winners and all who have supported and encouraged them in their efforts. Aim high, bounce back from honest mistakes. When a failure seems tough to take, remember that you will always miss 100% of the shots if you don't at least make one attempt. It might seem really tough sometimes, but that is when the tough get going. Listen, if you can, to those who care for you and learn to value and nurture that support. Have courage and make your own decisions based upon good advice and what you believe to be right, and in time your character and strength will grow and you'll look back in amazement at what you've achieved. Again, I congratulate all of those who receive awards today and all of those who have supported them on their journey. You are truly the best of the best and working to establish a sound foundation for the rest of your lives. Enjoy yourself and remember, as Mother Teresa said, life is a promise, so fulfill that promise. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Thank you for that, Mr. Ong. Our next item is a cultural mix of song and movement representing many hours of practice and innovation. Our kapa haka group, Ropu Haka o Te Karati o Putaruru, will now perform.
us to this point. It is for us the last formal ceremony of our high school lives, and so is a rite of passage. To conjugate further on these matters, we have two valedictory speakers this afternoon, but having learned the value of team, which means for them leaving all the boys out, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you a visual and audio feast, our head girl Ariel, together with our very own Norse goddess Nikita Aksma.
Good afternoon. I'm Nikita and this is Ariel, and we will be delivering the valedictorian speech on behalf of For most of us, our high school journey began back in 2014, which for us was year 7. It's hard to believe that we would have been 11 when we first started here and met Miss Taylor and Mrs. Reeves for the first time. Even though we were split into different classes, there were some highlights that each of us can vouch for. One of our best memories was our camp in Ohope. We collected puppies, went fishing, played games, and spent the rest of the time in our dorms with our friends. On the same camp, one of our peers dropped their phone in the water off a wharf, Jacob Stone took a trip to the hospital, and at some point there were definitely sleeping bags in the freezer. Like I said, it was definitely a highlight of year 7. It was also the year that we experienced high school for the first time, which allowed us to make new friends. A side note is that this year we had our best activities week and the canteen was super cheap, like $1 cookie, yes please. By 2015, we were all year 8s in either Mr. Watson's or Miss Reeves' class. This year we were offered the first Raglan camp, which got ripped from underneath us and was given to the year 7s and started the year 7 Raglan camp tradition, which we only got to experience this year for the first time. But no hard. From that, year 8 was the year we graduated intermediate, went from the top of the pile to once again being at the bottom heading into year 9. Year 9 was when everyone from Te Wairau and St Mary's joined us and created a bigger group. Some memories from year 9 was the cross-curricular unit tested on 9 LHU. Here we merged American football with all of our other subjects. The other tutor classes, as I remember, which were much smaller than ours, had a close bond between them. This year was another adjustment for most of us. No longer did we have assigned desks. We had to keep our books as we lugged around our gear through our different subjects in each separate class. Finally, the new N block had been built with a top-notch air conditioning and sliding doors between classes that were not fully soundproof. This means that any growling we were getting from our teacher could be heard from the other class if we were lucky.
By 2017, we were all year 10s learning about NCA for the first time. But some memories that stand out were our credit kickstart camp at the end of the year, where we essentially mixed schoolwork in with other activities. This was the camp when all of the girls got woken up by Mrs. Draffin with a large pot and pan every single morning. Meanwhile, the boys were played Spotify songs, and if I can remember correctly, a consistent stream of Mr. Rogers yelling to get up. This was also one of the first times playing the card game Mafia together, which I will speak on a bit more later. Oh, and how can I forget? Most of you won't understand this, but the huge wild boar that everyone saw outside of the girls' dorm. The boys ran towards the boar while the majority of the girls ran away from it. Let's just say that a speaker and some realistic boar sounds off of YouTube were enough to fool us all. Year 11 came quickly, and this was when schoolwork began to become points on our report cards. And NCA Level 1 was our goal. We had finally become seniors and our work began to really matter. Last year was our year 12 year. It was another big step up. This was the year that all of the teachers reminded us to dig deep and said that these grades mattered for the life after school, even if it was hard to imagine at the time. Year 13, our final year, a highlight would certainly be the Year 13 Marae camp at the start of the year we got to experience. We experienced so much of it together in just 3 days. We created goals for ourselves, played sport, and with the help of the YMCA, opened up to each other. There were definitely tears from almost everyone, but these were the tears that brought us together. As I said earlier, the card game Mafia became a trademark for our group. From voting Karina and Anahira out on the first round just because we could, the Sean train that worked without fail almost every single time, and to Jar's one and only defence, it's not me. Another good memory was Year 7 camp at Raglan this year. We ran around Raglan to draw a map to win a shower card. Now, I don't think I have ever seen anyone utilise a reward like Bonnie used her shower card. Like, I'm talking 3 to 4 showers a day just because she could. We played Mafia, camped in tents, told stories, got thrown off of biscuits together, and asked strangers on the beach to take our photo while Jacob proceeded to hold up a dead rat that he found on the beach. I think that we all had expectations for this year, and many of those were those. Of course, there were many things that were unexpected. Not all of us have been here for the last 7 years. For some, just 5, others 3, and we've also had a few join us this year. Regardless of the measure of time, we are together the class of 2020, and we have made it through our teenage years together. As people have come and gone, we are the group that lasted the distance, and on behalf of Year 13, I would like to thank not only the teaching staff that have helped us to grow and develop into the people we are today, but also everyone behind the scenes that have played an important role in making our time at high school one that we can remember fondly. A special thank you also goes to Mrs. Hunter. You have not only been our learning advisor, but our friend. You are someone who has supported us and continued to encourage us to make something of ourselves once our time here at Putaruru College has come to an end.
From the class of 2020, we wish the students here all the best. We hope that you'll be able to use your time here wisely, take opportunities thrown into your path, work hard, and never lose your ambition. This is only the beginning. Now to finish off, Jacob has put together a short video of us to show a small portion of our journey here at Putaruru College. Please enjoy.
I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it.
All those lonely nights I should have spent with you, but you made me realize some dreams just don't come true.
Bottles, we just down. I'm like, ain't no problem. All my wrongs are right. All right, all right. I don't like it. I love it. I got another coming in my budget. I got an anaconda in my trusty. Don't push it, don't push it, cause I'ma hit it till I jackpot. That's right, wax on, baby, wax off. Act like we can put it on the black card. All night and I'll spend it, cause
I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it. I don't like it. No, I love it.
all night, let me groove ya. Dance with me, turn down for who, girl? Another round to help us step the moves up. Yeah, but that round need a measurement ruler. Celebrate life and I'll pay for it. Like a body nice next to my tongue for it. Yeah, party all right, let's all aboard. Let's all aboard, all aboard. I don't like it, I love it. And the other girls, they can't touch it. Competition, that's a whole nother subject. I wanna walk it out in public. You a star, baby, just know. Let's go to the mansion or the condo. That's cool, perfect time, gotta let it flow. You know I'm watching, cause
I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go. I don't like it. No, I love it. I don't like it. No, I love it.
meet me at the studio.
Cool. Now that that's over, I want to quickly thank you, Nikita, for helping me with that speech and for all of your hard work this year. Prize giving is a time for reflection, as we know, and thanks to Mr. Joe and his amazing film crew students, we now have a student's eye view of 2020. So, another video.
It's Cassidy.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found.
We are now a matter of hours away from an unprecedented lockdown of our country.
Everywhere you look, everywhere's a place for somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, and life is waiting to carry you home. Like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Just like the waves and sound it, and just say whatever, cause there is no way you're grounded. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed. Got that sunshine on
Holy fuck, I did not like this.
This is sick. This is awesome. Oh my god. Whoa. Holy. Holy. Sunshine on my Sunday best.
Thank you, PC Films. Academic excellence is the major goal of any school, and our next set of awards recognise the achievements of students from Year 11. The majority of these students have faced national qualifications in the form of NCEA Level 1 for the first time, which is an unnerving experience. Well done, guys. I would like to call upon Miss Judy Shaw, and Miss Judy Shaw, yes, and Miss Shaw has worked in special needs area of the school for 28 years, as well as teaching English, music, and consumer education. And to read the names, can I have Kita Creations CEO and super baker extraordinaire, Nikita Akasma.
It is my pleasure to read the Year 11 Level 1 First in Subject. Xavier Jensen, Media Studies. Madison Lewis, Mixed Media Art. Lucy McNabb, Materials Construction. Tyson Henderson Roberts, Primary Trade Industry and recipient of the ITO Trade Academy Cup and the Putaruru Community Garden Cup. Janelle Strange, First Equals in Physical Education. Kaya Barnett, English and History. Hushana Stratford, First Equal in Physical Education, and Te Reo Māori Mi Ngā Tikana. Emily Cole, Building and Construction and the recipient of the Masonic Cup, Food Technology, Geography, Mathematics and Science. And that concludes the Year 11 Level 1 First in Subject Awards.
Thank you, Mrs. Shaw and Nikita. It is now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Dave Shaw to present the Year 12 Awards for 2020. While still looking young and sprightly, Mr. Shaw is in fact older than dirt, and we thought we'd better get him to present something whilst he could still stand unaided. And to support him by reading the names, and physically if need be, the well-known academic giant NBA star Ashley Eden.
Tēnā koutou katoa, and it is my pleasure to be presenting you with the Year 12 Level 2 First in Subject Awards. Starting off, Georgia Bentley, First in History. Ethan Fulford, Media Studies and recipient of the South Waikato News Award. Mia Haddock, Painting. Mar Vincent Lagman, Science. Blake Litton, Primary Trade Industry and recipient of the NZ Primary ITO Trade Academy Cup. Ken Lubert, Food Technology and recipient of the Senior Home Life Cup. Dion Loyan, Gateway and recipient of the Gateway Cup. Matthew Richards, Materials Technology. Mariana Benitez, History and Photography. Daily Nichols, Te Reo Mina Tikanga and Physical Education. Anthony Cole, Business Studies, Digital Technology and Physics. Caleb Stone, Biology, Building and Construction and Mathematics. And lastly, Kayla Sybin, Chemistry, English and Mathematics with Statistics.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw and Ashley. This year we have been striving to revitalise the friendly competition between our four houses. We are still awaiting a delivery of broomsticks for the first Quidditch game, but we do have a visual record of the great Putaruru College Waitatia competition, a truly inclusive and challenging event, Olympic event in Japan in 2021 perhaps. We are ready, as you will see, courtesy of Putaruru College Films.
Bye.
was just a clap, Josh, from the crowd.
35. Waikato, 50. Pokai whenua, Oraka. Pokai whenua, 52. Just ahead by 1 point, 53 was Dan Oraka.
Thank you for that, Putaruru College Films. Our next set of awards belong to Year 13. Hopefully this is the last time we come to the top without a cash bonus. To present these awards, it is my pleasure to call upon our esteemed leader, Principal Mr. Mike Ronk, and to read the names Ryan Verburn.
It is my privilege to read the Year 13 Level 3 First in Subject Awards. Nikita Akasma, Food and Technology. Maria King, Art and Painting. Kiana Malion, Te Reo Tikanga. Randall Thompson, Art, Photography and recipient of the Creative Photography Award. Ashley Eden, History Media Studies. And also for Ashley Business Studies. English. Jagu, Geography and recipient of the R.H. Edmeades Family Trust Cup. Mathematics with Calculus and recipient of the Mathematics Cup. Science and Economics. Ariel Sahinovic, Biology and recipient of the Willie J. Trophy. Chemistry and English and recipient of the Simpsons Cup. And Physics. And that concludes our Year 13 awards. Thank you, Mr. Ronk. We now have the College Arts, Culture and Service Awards. It is my pleasure to call upon someone who knows firsthand all about service, our very own Culture South Waikato, Miss Jenny Shattock, to present the awards, and to read the names a real cultural pearl, Jack McKinnon.
It is now my pleasure to read out the Arts and Culture Award winners for 2020. Ethan Fulford, Whākua Trophy for Production and Direction of School Drama, Backstage and Technical. Kiana Malion, Leader of Kapahaka. Anthony Cole, Putaruru College Film Award. School Service Awards Senior Student Librarians, Meg Belchamber, Cheyenne Bullock, Levi Chapman, Jamie Metcalf, and Karina Negi. And that concludes the Arts, Culture and Service Awards.
Thank you, Jack and Mayor Shattuck. These next awards are in recognition of high achievement in vocational education through our tertiary partner, Toyoho Mai Institute of Technology. Included in is the prestigious Prime Minister's Vocational Excellence Award, a scholarship to recognise the importance of vocational education. It is our pleasure to welcome Mr. Brett Jones, Level 3 Automotive Tutor at Toyoho Mai Institute of Technology, to present these awards. Hospitality, Food and Beverage Level 3, Bonnie Cherry. Trades Academy Level 2, Build a Go-Kart, Dion Loyan. New Zealand Certificate in Automotive Engineering, Randall Thompson. Randall Thompson is also the recipient of the Prime Minister's Vocational Scholarship today. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And now for something really different. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Dave Shaw, a man of many parts, some of which have fallen off and the rest rusty. A man of marvellous wit and pastimes such as eating hot chips and talking a lot about not much at all. A man who enjoys a challenge and is still forlornly hoping to get some work out of Jack. He needs no more introduction except a reminder to keep it short. Over to you, Mr. Shaw.
You keep. The purpose of any economic system is production and exchange. And that's the wrong speech. Oh, here we are. Sorry. Good afternoon. I had four child. I watched the adults around me doing the things that adults did, and about 8 years old, I decided that I wanted to be either a steam train driver, a judge, a bus conductor, or a teacher. Well, steam trains became dirty diesels, and I lost interest. Bus conductors disappeared because the drivers took the money on automated buses, and in those days, dirty-faced kids from the back streets of Manchester didn't become judges. That narrowed the options a bit. Look, we were brought up in post-war England, and I think that things were tough. I won't dwell on that, because we felt loved living in an upturned bucket on the side of the road. Those were the days. I'm not sure who the target of this speech is. It's great for parents. My dad worked in shops, and my mum did what she could to manage the slum in which we were raised as kids. My dad knew that we kids and all the other kids in the street were destined to be factory fodder. Not flash that in the 1950s. He had ambition for us. And he knew that we couldn't use money or connections to buy success, and the only way out was education. It was free if you wanted it, and what it could do for you was also free. So after my little sister gained her honours degree, the Radcliffe Times, our town newspaper, printed an article about the family who had 3 children who had 3 honours degrees. In that time, that put us in the top 2.5% of academically qualified people in Britain, no matter what your material benefits were. We'd done it, and the family has spiraled upwards since with lawyers and industrial chemists and others who have a raft of options open to them and have chosen their own road. Well done, Dad. He died at 95, a very proud man. Now, I don't tell this story to brag, but rather to model. Why do people reject something which can so enrich their lives, open doors, provide options, personally empower, and with all that, it's free? Governments around the globe have picked up on Dad's ideas and recognise that education, whether academic or vocational, is the way that society and an economy moves on. But still, we don't recognise the value. If you were a kid who's wasting the opportunities freely given, don't look for excuses. Look, there's an entire industry that will provide them. It might be poverty, family issues, learning difficulties, colonial issues, mental health, berserk hormones, etc., etc., etc. Oh, look, these issues are all valid. But whoever said life was easy? Every day we face challenges. So every night before we go to sleep, say your prayers if you want to. I believe that helps. But also ask yourself this question. Did I win today? Or did I just try to look tough to my mates, but I really caved in? If I didn't win, what am I going to do tomorrow? Am I going to lose again? This teacher doesn't think so, because he knows that you're better than that. So, why did I want to be a teacher? Well, basically because I liked my teachers. And back in the day, some were tough, like you'd never believe. Even brutal sometimes, but I always sensed that they were wanting the best for me and from me. They had knowledge, and I wanted to know. I learnt Latin for 5 years, and I loved it. It didn't worry me about why it was taught, even though it was a dead language for 1,500 years. But I did learn this. The word education comes from the Latin verb educare, which in plain English means to lead forward, not to force, not to drag screaming or push from behind. Every day, your teachers come to school to lead you forward. And whatever is holding you back, let it go. People grumble about schools all the time. I've been teaching since 1975. That's 45 years. And in that time, schools have tried to become more student-focused and understanding, as if they weren't before, but communities have become more critical. That's a weird set of statistics. I did the maths. Class takes up about 13% of a kid's year. 13%. What chance do schools have if the other 87% is vocally oppositional? Schools don't run lessons in drug-taking, swearing, fighting, smoking, drinking, racism, sexism, how to hate, crusades or jihads. Schools ooze positivity and equal opportunity. The bad stuff gets into kids' heads in the other 83% of the time. That was bad maths. It should be 87% of the time. It takes a community to raise a child, not a 13% school. So what do schools really do? Well, we teach some good stuff, but really, we grow people. But we need good plants with deep roots and good soil and plenty of fertilizer. That's how communities should fit together for the benefit of our kids. What's my relationship with Putaruru College? Well, it's been great from my perspective. Judy Shaw, my lovely wife, I had to say that, and I have worked here for over 30 years, me as a teacher and her as a special needs teacher and then a SENCO. That's a job that's not well understood. We all have special needs in education, and it's the SENCO's job to help us identify those needs for each of us and develop a plan and a pathway to success. Sometimes the road to success is long, but there aren't any magic ones. Well, she sorted me out over the past 37 years, and that wasn't easy. And in retirement, she said she's going to finish the job. Oh, God. Our own kids came here, and in my opinion, all three of them were underachievers. But quite honestly, who isn't? But they were captains of this and champions of that and top of some things and not so top in other things. But they generally lived up to what my dad started all those years ago in the 1950s. And I guess they came out pretty strong because they were good men who moved forward because of their home and little old Putaruru High School or college. They were led forward. We are very, very grateful to this little school and this little community and for all you've done for them. By the way, Judy came here as a girl, and her brother and sister, and her dad in the 1930s, and uncles and aunties and cousins, and our grandchildren are coming here because Putaruru is our place. And Putaruru College is our school. And we've thrived here, and so will they. It's a school with a heart and a school which cares, and long may it be so. Okay, so now you know why I became a teacher, but why did I stay a teacher? That's easy. I liked it. Teenagers are great. Really? Who wrote this? They're such a mess, aren't they? They struggle to find themselves and their place in the world. That's not an easy job, and we all need help along the way. Sure, I taught some economics and history and stuff like that, but I remember this phone call. A lady rang me up and said that Jim, her son, had been taught by me some years before, and they had a brain tumor and had just had an operation, and he was recovering. He'd become a chief analyst in the Treasury. That's a big job, advising the government. Wow, I said. And as they talked at his bedside, they come to the conclusion that I had been the only teacher who had belief in him during his time at school. And but for me, I didn't even know that I was doing that. What other jobs give you the opportunities and they give you such rewards? And you guys are so funny. You make me laugh. Mostly, I laugh inside because people take themselves very seriously and they don't want to be laughed at. One day I was teaching about year 10s and I was teaching about different forms of government and I asked the class to name a dictator. I got this: Hitler, Stalin, Mao, my dad. My dad. And I looked that said it, but she was deadly serious. So I let it go, and then when everybody was, doing what they do best in social studies, colouring in, too late to fire me, Suzanne. I said to her, "What is it about your dad that makes him a dictator?" "Well, he's grounded me," she said. Again, I asked her why, and she said, "Well, I climbed out of my bedroom window to sneak off to see my boyfriend." They all have. Listen to them. "Ah," I said sympathetically. "Do I know your boyfriend?" "Nah," she replied, "I don't think so." "Okay, how old is he?" 26, she said. We all need help along the way. And the excuses you guys have, just brilliant. Dogs ate it, babies pooed on it. My grandmother died for the 5th time this year. I should write a book about those. Every day has been a little treasure house of sometimes silly, funny, sometimes serious little incidents, and every day I learn something. I love the concept of ako. That is, I learn from you and you learn from me. In 2002, I was voted by year... This is a bit unfair. In 2002, I was voted by year 13 as, quote, the teacher you least want to be told off by. So one day I was walking past the fountain that used to be out there, and 3 girls were sitting there, and they were being really noisy. And the language wasn't awful, but it wasn't good. And I asked them to be quiet just as I was walking past, because they were near the front of the school. I gave them a reason, and I said, you know, visitors might come in the school, and it's not a good look, really. Okay, sorry, sir, said 2 of the girls, and the other one swore at me. I came back, and I asked her, why did you swear at me? And she just became even more unreasonable, and so I growled her. I gave her a good old-fashioned good growling, because I did that sort of stuff in 2002. And eventually it worked. She stopped. Next day, her mum came to see me. I told her mum, and she saw the teacher. But whilst recognizing that her daughter had been wrong and not making any excuses, she asked me this question. Did I know what her daughter had been going through that morning? I had to say no, and she never told me what her daughter had been going through that morning. But that question changed my life, and it changed the way I interacted with people. If she'd come in raging, I would have done battle, but I was confronted by reasonableness. And if that happens, you have to admit it, and you have to make a change. I'm eternally grateful to that girl and to that mum. I hope people are listening, and I hope the message sinks in. Now, old men think they know stuff, but I'm not sure that we do. In 45 years, the world of education has changed enormously. It is different now, and probably, but I don't really know how to evaluate that. But what I do know is that human nature hasn't changed, just the environments in which we all have to operate. So here are some tips for success. They're not a secret, and I hope you've heard them before. It's not all original. Some of them come from my friend and mentor, Arnold the Terminator Schwarzenegger, who, if you stop and think about it, in the world of bodybuilding, film, and politics, is the most successful man in the world. This is what we say, me and Arnie. Set some goals, but be flexible. At the end of every day, ask yourself this: did I move closer to my goal today? If not, try harder tomorrow. Now, Mr. Ronk, in his talk, he talked about trying this and trying that. I don't think that works. Sorry, boss. I think you've got to do it. Don't waste your time. Ever. Time is unforgiving. You live every minute only once, and it never comes back. There's nothing like that. So you can't waste your time. Treat school like a job. It pays non-money wages. That's a real economic concept. Non-money wages. They're the best kinds of rewards. Money's nothing. Growth is everything. So you come to school and do the business. That's all you have to do. You're here anyway. Do the business and you will succeed. You will succeed. Never pass up an opportunity. Shall I do this positive thing? Shall I join this positive group? Up here, make your default position yes. Opportunity leads us to new, exciting horizons and an exciting life. Stick to the rules. Most of them make sense and they're there to help you. It's just as easy to keep the rules as it is to break them. But if you have to break a rule, and maybe sometimes you have to, make sure your cause is worth it. And don't grumble when you receive the consequences. This is hard. This runs against this sort of current of modern thinking. Life is a competition. I was proud of my boys. Each one of them was removed from PE classes, sometimes for a week at a time, for being too competitive. What is that? PE classes, too competitive. I gave this advice to one of my sons. Next time you get a ball in a ball game, find the littlest girl in the class and say, I think I've got your ball. And you'll come top of his head. You have to compete in life for your job, your partner, your classes, your sports, and just about every aspect of life. And don't let anybody tell you that you don't. You do. Remember that while you're messing around, someone else is working. And they're using time well, and they're beating you in that time, in the race of life. Competition gives us the edge. And trust me, you need an edge. But when you do compete, compete fairly, because that's called integrity. Don't listen to people who say you can't, because you can. If you want to know how to succeed, all you have to do is watch somebody who is succeeding and do the same. It isn't rocket science, that. If you are not working in your history class and somebody else is, and you wonder why they got excellence and you got not achieved, that is not rocket science. If you want to know where to find those role models, just watch this stage in the next few minutes. And then do what you can to give something back. Don't try to save the world. You know, march in the streets and shout and holler about climate change and saving the whales, and then refuse to pick up a piece of litter at your feet. Do what you can. Every little bit helps. If everybody in the world gave back and did their share, what a world we would have. Lots of whales and no rubbish. Lastly, I think that Jacinda nailed it with this policy. Not sure about printing money, but nailed it with this policy. Be kind in everything that you do. Kindness is not being soft. Kindness is thinking about the best for other people. Be kind to yourself so you keep away from harm. And you know the world that teenagers walk in, and you know what does you harm. Be kind to others. Try to walk in their shoes a little way, but especially in the future, be kind to one grey, bald old man who really just wanted the best for each and every one of you. And thank you for the last 45 years.
Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me, sì. Le finestre mostra tutto il mio cuore che è acceso.
sei lontana, sogno all'orizzonte, manca le parole. E io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te, adesso sì li vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più, con te io li vivrò, con te partirò, su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più, con te io li vivrò, con
Kia ora and welcome to Putaruru College. My name's Dave Shaw and I'm the Business Studies teacher at the college. It's my pleasure to introduce to you PC Films. PC Films is...
Okay, Albert, it's time to go. Wait, is there a chicken in the library?
He's here for the... Day today, which is the best house?
Come on, ladies, Judy. Come on, it's over for us. Give us, come on. Mind the steps. Oh, you missed glasses. Just a minute, we're just right. Bye!
2 hours later.
Well, that's all for now. Here it comes.
Bossing me around for the last few years, and I must admit, and he's been a mentor and a guide, and I'd like to say a friend as well, although we don't always agree. But Dave, thank you for your input to the school while I've been here as well. after I left my first one many years ago. School, community, I know, appreciate what you contribute to the school environment and to the wider community of the Putaruru, which is witness. Mrs. Shaw. These symbolise just the standing that these people have in our school community alone. And I know it is represented out in the wider community. So thank you very much, Mrs. Shaw. Mr. Shaw.
I'd just like to say a huge thank you again to Mr. and Mrs. Shaw for the combined service of 62 years to the kids of our little town. Entertainment time again, and for many of us, a trip down memory lane. Kiana is going to sing Hene e Hene, which was written as a Māori lullaby in 1907 by Princess Rangipai, and from 1979 to 1994 was the closing down song at 11 p.m. for TV2 as we watched a little Kiwi climb into bed. A truly iconic Kiwi song, it has been recorded by Dane Kere Te Kanaawa, Hayley Westonra and Jose Carreras, and this is Kiana's version.
was hauntingly beautiful, Kiana. Thank you. Well, that is it from Ryan and myself. It has been a pleasure hosting the ceremony this afternoon. We will now join our friends in the cheap seats and hand over to Mr. Abernathy and Mr. Shaw for the presentation of the top awards. Thank you to the readers and special thanks to the student leaders of 2020, as seen on the slide. And it's a thank you for your job well done this year. Good luck to everyone who is sitting exams, and we wish you all the best for a peaceful and healthy holiday and a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Errol and Ryan. It's now my pleasure to read out the recipients of the High Achievement Awards. Professor Quigley, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Waikato, will present these awards, but first I'd like to invite him for a few words.
E koroma, e kuima, e rao rangatira mā, ngā kai aku, ngā te wera me ngā whānau whānui, tēnā koutou katoa. He kitenga kanohi, he koanga ngā kau. Nō reira, huri noa e te whare, tēnā koutou katoa. It's my great pleasure to be here to share this wonderful afternoon with all of you. The University of Waikato is delighted to have the opportunity to support Putaruru College in the pursuit of excellence, and the aspiration that's been shown here this afternoon, I think, is a great tribute to the school, to all of you students, and to the teachers. It's been an extremely difficult year, and the perseverance that all of you have shown, teachers and students, in getting through the learning for this year is admirable. So from the University of Waikato, congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
So the High Achievement Awards. The Burgess Cup for Endeavour, Tyson Henderson Roberts. The Markini Trophy for Commitment in Kapahaka, Academic and Sporting Achievement, Daly Nichols. I'm going to take a breath before I say this next one. He taonga whakamauma haratanga ki a Doreen Gregory, Ashley Eden. The overall academic top of Year 11, Emily Cole. The overall academic top of Year 12, Mariana Benitez. Meritorious Awards. Year 11, Putili Brewer, Samantha George, Karen Walters. Year 12, Amelia Periam. Year 13, Kane Anderson, Bonnie Cherry, and Sean Faraband. Scholarships. The Waikato University Scholarship, Ashley Eden. And that concludes our High Achievement Awards. Dave.
Thank you, Professor Quigley. It's now my pleasure to announce the Leadership and Top Academic Awards for 2020, and I'd like to call on Mr. Ronk to present these awards. The Principal's Award for Head Boy, Ryan Verburn, and the Principal's Award for Head Girl goes to Ariel Sahinovic. Leadership in our school this year has been unusually strong, and it's a great compliment to the leadership team. And also worth noting that the boys' leadership has been shared. It goes to Ryan Verburn and to Jacob Stone. Jacob does give his apologies. He has an unavoidable medical engagement today. Well, he did give his apologies, yes. And girls' leadership, again, because of the strength of the leadership, is shared. It goes to Ariel Sahinovic and Nikita Akasmar. It's also worth noting that these two girls are very different types of leaders and both very effective leaders. I've got to go and get myself a piece of paper. Every year we have an award for, I suppose it's really for the best all-round student. And we have nominations for these awards. And this year we have 2 nominations. So if these 2 students would like to come up on stage, Ariel Sahinovic and Nikita Akasmar. So what have they done? Ariel, top in 4 subjects. Senior girls athletic champion, senior netball most promising player, coach of the year 7 and 8 football team, representative of our students on the board of trustees, student council member, school magazine and ball committee, SAD committee member, primary school promotional visits, year 7 camp leader, year 13 leadership camp, Oraka House leader and head girl for 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, Ariel Sahinovic. Nikita, top in 1 subject, year 7 and 8 football coach, year 7 and 8 touch team coach, community service as a ranger in leadership with Pippins and Brownies, has attained her Queen's Guide Award, school magazine and ball committees, Mufti Day organiser, the chair of the SAD committee, year 7 camp leader, year 13 leadership camp, Oraka House leader and student leader. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikita Akasma. Well, if you can put a pin between these two, you're better than us. And so once again, the Adrian Marr Trophy is a shared award, and it goes to Ariel Sahinovic and Nikita Akasma. I knew there was a reason why I did Latin for 5 years. It was to read this award. This is Proxima Acessit, which is runner-up to Ducks. And this year, the runner-up to Ducks is Ashley Eden. As Ryan said in his early introductions, academic excellence is the goal of any school, and every year we have a person who comes top of the year in year 13, and this year it's Ariel Sahinovic. Ladies and gentlemen, our Ducks for 2020. We're all practiced with our haka, so if every student would like to join in, that would be thunderous. I think we're providing ear muffs at the back. No.
Anahira. We'll now have the karakia whakamutonga.
Kia inoi tātou. kia tātou katoa, te ata whai o tō tātou ariki, ai uhu karaiti, mō te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhingātaitanga, ki te wairua tapu, ake, amene.
Thank you. That basically concludes our I'm going to leave off a hymn that we were going to sing at the end. For the sake of time, in a few minutes, our kids will be leaving on the bus. So that's our dismissal. Just a couple of quick announcements while... What's that, sorry? Oh, the bus has been held. Okay, well then we will do He Honore. So if you can stand, please. Those of you that have got a program, the words are on the back.